Pollutants such as sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and carbon monoxide have been increasingly observed in atmosphere due to higher pollutions. People's lungs and heart can be harmed by exposure to such art particles. Particles pollution has been linked to a number of health issues such as irregular heartbeat, non-fatal heart problems, worst asthma, and early deaths in patients with cardiac or chest illness. This necessitates the innovative ways in order to control pollution such as recycling and refusing no to plastics and turning off lights when not using. As per the study, urban quality of air and household air pollution are two of the world's most serious pollution issues. To address the issue of air pollution, it is vital to first comprehend the concerns and then seek solutions for betterment of environment. Chemicals or particles in the air that can impair the health of humans, wildlife, and plants are referred to as air pollution. It also causes structural harm. Pollutants in the air come in a variety of shapes and sizes. Gases, fines, and water vapor are all possibilities. Air pollution has been demonstrated to have a greater impact on elderly people and youngsters and cause many disease and harm to human health and well-being. The air within a house can be contaminated by burning chemicals such as gasoline, firewood, and coal for heating. Ash and smoke obstruct respiration and can adhere to surface meals and garments, causing severe health impacts. Global change in temperature, eutrophications, and smoke are a few of the environmental repercussions of air pollution. Some building components, such as insulating, are also hazardous to people's health as well as to atmosphere. Typically, air pollution is associated with smoke from major factories or car fumes. Particulars of air pollution ultimately hit the earth. The top of bodies of water and soil can be adversely contaminated by air pollution. Global warming is a natural and man-made environmental phenomena induced by air pollution. It refers to global warming of air and ocean temperatures. Annually, the cumulative impacts of external and home air pollution causes approximately 7 million deaths worldwide, preliminary as a result of higher mortality rate. When fossil fuels are burned, fumes and chemicals are released into atmosphere, and in a particular damaging feedback mechanism, air pollution not only causes to but also exacerbates environmental issues. These data are being presented by WHO in one of its research of two most important drivers behind these pollutants, naming outdoor and indoor factors. Outdoor air quality concerns have been recognized, discussed, and controlled for decades, but indoor air pollution has only recently become a topic of discussion. Sources of indoor pollution are human activities like using of cleaning or cosmetic products, cigarette smoke, cooking food, candles, etc. Pollution can easily accumulate in poorly ventilated internal environments, particularly in complex spaces like automobiles, restrooms, and basements. There are a number of different air pollutants. Air contaminated is a material in atmosphere that has the potential to harm the environment and human health. As a consequence of these activities, a variety of air pollutants, including those listed above, are produced. Example: carbon dioxide, sulfur, methane, and etc. Carbon dioxide comes from combusting fossil fuels, and methane comes from natural and industrial sources, including large amounts that are released during the oil and gas drilling. Apart from this, another class of greenhouse gases, which are considered to be hydrofluorocarbons, are thousands of times more powerful than carbon dioxide in their ability to trap heat. Vertical forests are designed for environmental survival of contemporary cities. The buildings reduce indoor and outdoor temperatures in hot climates, absorb CO2 and dust while producing oxygen for cleaner air. Vertical forest may appear to be a creation of science fiction, yet the first vertical forest building in the Bosco Vertical were constructed in Milan in 2014 courtesy to an architecture from Stefano Bore. There are new generations of high-ease urban buildings completely covered by the leaves of trees and plants. Now, the another important issue of this particular presentation is electrical self-driving cars. One of the most important example we all know is Tesla. Lowering the number of vehicles that rely on fossil fuels, it has will now become one of the approaches to lowering pollutant concentrations in metropolis. This is due to outdated, filthy automobiles emitting far more pollutions. One of the finest solutions for this problem is electric self-driving automobiles. These eco-friendly driving practices collectively, it saves fuels, which ultimately reduces exhaust pipe emissions, etc. And it is true that electric vehicles do not pollute the air. It's zero emission, and the air in neighborhood does not pollute it. There are so many air purifying clothes when it talks about every individual all cram into cities, pollutions from manufacturing plants and cars undoubtedly fill the air. In the theory, the specially designed clothes are made with a raw material called titanium dioxide. It uses the power of photocatalysts to break down airborne pollutants. The material is washed into clothes, so when it dries, it can purify air. Yet, in order to have a significant influence, the idea requires widespread participation, as each individual can only neutralize 5 to 6 grams of nitrogen oxide each day. This particular picture shows that this living wall rises a 4-meter tall above its integrated benches, and basically it comprises of 1600 pots of mosses and plants. As a result, the street furniture captures fine particles and cleans the air as much as 275 trees together. The city tree features a rainwater tank that keeps the plant watered, and its irrigation system is powered by solar energy. They also have the monitors that collect data on air pollution in the area. We all know that talking about pollution sensors and streetlights, we all know that obtaining as much information as possible necessitates the use of as many detectors as necessary. Streetlights are a wonderful spot to deploy, such detectors to gain maximum exposure because they are present in most locations. LDR circuits are used to distinguish day and night so that the intensity of light can be adjusted based on the external brightness. These smart street lights are attached with sensors that sense the concentration of pollutants and measures the amount of pollution. There are several steps in developing a control strategy. When it comes to managing air quality, authorities should start with most apparent forms of emissions and the simplest ways to reduce pollutants. The purpose of all management strategies is to reduce air emissions in a practical and comprehensive manner. Now, the next point, that's user experience. They proposed and altered big plants and industries in locations where air quality requirements are met. Use the cutting edge technology while keeping cost in mind and avoid unnecessary severe air pollutions, deterioration of vision, distortion in natural forest. Ensuring that bedrock environmental law remains intact and properly enforced will always be key to maintaining and improving our air quality. The annual benefits of cleaner air are many times greater than the cost of clean air regulation. When it comes to problem, there is always need for the solution. Anybody can take steps to, reduce air pollution. Millions of people every day make simple changes in their lives to do this. Taking public transport instead of driving a car, riding a bike instead of traveling in carbon dioxide emitting vehicles are a couple of ways to reduce air pollution. Avoiding erosional scans, recycling yard trim instead of burning them, are not smoking cigarettes or others. As the growing pollutions and impact on environment and public, there's a necessary to take steps by everyone for protecting the earth. At last, in order to conclude what exactly the whole presentation talks about, I would like to conclude that air pollution is one of the globe most critical issues that world is facing. Air contaminant is a material in the atmosphere that has the potential to harm the environment and human health. By the learning about its adverse effects on human health and animals, it is necessary to implement different innovative ways like air purifying clothes, electric vehicles, and other approaches to reduce pollution and create well-being for public. The best and most effective way to control air pollution is to be speed up the transition to cleaner fuels and industrial process.